Hi, here a little introduction to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Here my base named the bad shit. And here's just my turret shooting incoming drones. Now I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to do it because there are plenty of them. Just showing you around a little bit. Here's my base. I have a little greenhouse here where I grow my plants for the food supply. Here's the workroom with the food processor, the main construction machine. Here on my left you see my inventory. This is stuff I'm going to bring to my big space vessel that is at this moment in orbit around the planet, approximately 3 kilometers between this planet and the ice planet. This is really the area where you do stuff. Here is an oxygen tank. Here's a medical station. We have on the second floor our little living area. It looks nice, but it doesn't really do anything. It's nice if you're creative, you want to do stuff. I used to have a larger house, complete with bathroom, shower room, sleeping room. But lately I was very busy building a big vessel. Now here's a small vessel, which I basically use to go from planet side to my big space vessel, which cannot go planet side, so I need a little one. This one has the escape pod. When you add a RCE unit and a couple of thrusters, you can use it perfectly fine for go mining like we have to do now. Right now we're trying to spot a magnesium deposit. As you can see, this game can get pretty dark, which is actually not a really problem. Wow, got attacked by a drone. Not a big problem. With the assault rifle, usually you can take them down pretty easy. It is a bit annoying though. See, lose a little bit of health, a little bit of food, but we can deal with that later. The reason I need magnesium, because you need that to make bullets and also some foods. Flying this little vehicle is always a bit tricky. I don't know if they try to simulate wind streams or something. Sometimes it's a bit hard. Okay, that didn't end well. I think I just wrecked one of my turrets. Okay, now we got our magnesium, so we're going to make ingots of that, magnesium powder. And we have to craft a new turret, because I cannot leave this base behind without proper defenses. Probably completely destroyed if I return from space. So that's the next step. Okay, we have a new turret, just crafted, placed, so the base, named Bad Shit, will be saved while we venture off into space. I brought half of all my resources with me. I have a crafting machine on the main ship too. Okay, space, here we come. Now, when I just started building the main vessel, the capital vessel, I named it Event Horizon, because we have that movie here. I really love that movie. You can ask Sarah, we watched it a couple of times. Pretty scary. And great cast, great storyline, a little bit space horror. And that's the kind of stuff I really like. Okay, we're trying to go as straight up as possible. And then we have to be 3 kilometers out of orbit and see if we can find our event horizon. It's a little bit easier now. When I just started building, it was so tiny and the map system is not that developed that you can mark something on your map, so you really have to use your visuals. Having a big screen and high resolution really helps. Okay. Now we are in space. I really love the soundtracks in this game. It really gives you a feel about loneliness, and maybe even a little bit about freedom. One of the cool things about this game is that you can actually go outside your vessel, let's say to get some oxygen, or even get some energy cells on your vehicle if you're running out. Okay, well, this is the planet we just left. Now I placed the event horizon between this planet and the ice planet you see ahead. So now we just have to fly around it and hope we spot our capital vessel. The idea about the video is that just to give you an idea how big it actually is. It's not finished yet, there's a lot to do still, but it should be actually drivable. I didn't try that yet, but it should be drivable. Now the trick here is with getting your resources is that basically there are some basic resources every planet has, like iron, the promethium pellets that you need use for your energy cells, but also every planet has one unique ore. So if you really want to get ahead in the game, you need to visit each planet to find that special ore you need. And the most, let's say on the ice planet you have Erythrium. The hardest one is getting Satium ores, which is on the asteroid field you see over there. And the problem is you have a couple of drones, very agile drones, who attack you immediately. I got it stuck a couple of times in space that way. Okay, our spaceship must be somewhere here. I always check my radar too. If it's getting like 1.5 kilometers on your radar, it will show on your radar. But space isn't not that big yet. The developer said they were going to make it even bigger, which I think is a great idea. No, we just fly around in space, hope we spot our Now before I forget, let me put on my helmet. I always forget that. It's amazing. I mean, the ship is pretty huge. It's still sometimes hard to find. Sometimes I'm lucky, I just end... Because you can leave the planet from every side. So every time you leave the planet or you enter the planet, you end up at a different position. Which is pretty cool. But sometimes a little bit hard. Okay. Ah, I spotted it. It's right ahead. See that tiny little... There we go. And you will say, hey, that's a small vessel. Well, wait till we get closer. You will see how huge it is. It really took me almost all iron deposits on the planet Aqua where I started my game and have my base. Almost every iron deposit is depleted over there. And no, deposits do not replenish if you leave the game. Once you extracted the deposit, it's gone. Actually, even if you have little mine holes, it's still there. Okay, now we have to watch our speed. Using the forward thruster to slow down. And you really have to be careful with your speed when you get nearby, because if you are just going too fast, you pass it that easy. Here we are. Here's the event horizon. Oops. Okay, there's the airlock. I'm going to shut this one out. Okay. Jetpack on. Here we are. There's the airlock. Okay, jetpack off. And we have a gravity, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. This is the central area. Here we have the connection to the power supply. This is the gravity generator. In the back is the RCE, or the positioning system. Oxygen and medic stations. Here we have the cockpit. Actually, it's two cockpits. They are both usable. This is just some scenery. Passenger seats. You can actually sit on it. No problem. The only thing is that I hope they will improve in the future. You cannot take off your helmet in your own spaceship. That is a bit weird. Okay, here's construction and greenhouse. Let me put in all the ores I brought with me. There we go. Okay, this is our lift. This is a quite cool system. Some more scenery, nothing, but here's some extra storage. This is my backup power station in case the two major ones run out. I have no idea yet how much energy this ship uses. Okay. These are my quarters. Cozy little hut. Even a bedroom. And the other necessities. So we go up. Okay, now we're going over the spine. This is not totally finished yet, but this looks pretty impressive. Okay. These are the main decks for the crew. You see I didn't install yet a lot. It's nice, I also like to do some decorations just for fun. We can work on that later. Main desk for the crew, kitchen, sanitary. This I want to work on. It's a recreation room now, but I want to make it kind of research area. Now we'll leave this door alone because somehow the gravity generator doesn't go this far, and this should be the engine room. We have one more storage area, which is pretty empty. It's quite big. Maybe I can try making a docking station for the small vessel here in the future. It's not in place yet, but that if I fly our way with this big ship, I leave my small vessel behind. We don't want to do that. So this is the event horizon. And to give you an idea about how big it is, now this is the airlock. Here I already start my jetpack. I want to work on the cockpit a little bit more. Defense is already pretty good. I got 2 pulse cannons installed and 2 rocket stations, one above, one down. Okay, thank you for watching Hawklord TV.